if you've got them. That sounds good to me. So I was mentioning, if you were in class on Friday, I was mentioning how as we spend this time sheltering in place, we do have time to sometimes notice that we might feel some instability, that we might feel, and it might not be the first time in our lives we've felt some instability, but there's many times in our lives that we're able to use different strategies to manage that instability that we feel. And now with our lives being so different, you might not be able to use that quote strategy that you've used in the past because it maybe isn't available to you. And it does give us an opportunity to really look a little bit more at, wow, what is this? What is this about for me? Because usually it could be rooted down in the first chakra in regards to that ability to find grounding. You know, or it might be up higher in the second chakra. But it is a great time to really reflect a little, to learn how you nurture yourself, to sit a little with that discomfort, and to sometimes just ask for someone to listen to you and reflect back what it is you're saying. Just some empathy from someone that they can, not trying to fix it, but simply to hear you. And so let's go ahead and take a comfortable seat. Our practice will work on grounding, and I'll share a little reading with you. So taking a comfortable seat, resting your hands, closing your eyes, and noticing the ground beneath your pelvis. Or if you're seated in a chair, you can notice the ground beneath your feet. From the earth, lengthen your spine up towards the sky. And deepen your breath. So as you deepen your inhale, just notice where in your body you feel the expansion. And with the exhale, can you add that little bit of tone? It's deep in the belly, so toning above the pubic bone, below the navel, a wrapping in that just helps propel the exhale back out. So continue to focus on this, where the inhale, you feel expansion. Where is that breath expanding in your body? And with your exhale, tone the deep belly. You might feel the tone starting deep in the belly and rising up the front of the spine. Sometimes. Sometimes, if you move carefully through the forest, breathing like the ones in the old stories who could cross a shimmering bed of leaves without a sound, you come to a place whose only task is to trouble you with tiny but frightening requests, conceived out of nowhere, but in this place beginning to lead everywhere. Requests to stop what you are doing right now and to stop what you are becoming while you do it. Questions that can make or unmake a life. Questions that have patiently waited for you. Questions that have no right to go away. And joining your hands in front of your heart. This morning, I want to chant the Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu. I want to chant, and I hope you'll join me in singing this chant. Together, may we be protected. Together, may we be nourished. May our practice have great energy. May it bring us luminosity, light, to shield us from the darkness. And may we not dispel each other. May there be love. So to begin, you're welcome. We will take a deep inhale and a complete exhale. And then on the inhale, we're going to start, we'll inhale, and the exhale will begin the chant. So a full inhale followed by a complete exhale. And then another inhale. Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Varim Tamastu Ma Vidvyashavai Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then with your next exhale, you're welcome to bow your head towards your heart. Release your hands and lift your gaze. We're going to start with a simple twist and then a side bend. So let's inhale the arms halfway. And then exhale, start to twist towards your right. You can bring your right hand behind you. It could be on the block or on the ground. Breathing deeply, feeling the breath. Where is it? Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, reach the arms back out, spreading your wings, lifting your heart. Exhale, twisting toward your left. Inhaling deeply, stay there with your exhale. Your next inhale, come back to center. Exhale, rest your hands on the thighs, take another breath. And then right hand comes out. It could be on a block or the ground. Inhale, lift your left arm up. Reach all the way down into your left sit bone, lengthen through the left side. Exhale, side bend over. Keeping that left sit bone grounded, your left outer hip grounded, but can you feel yourself keep growing and lengthening? Then let's inhale, rise. Exhale, release, and rest the hands down and notice the breath again. And then second side. Inhale, right arm. Exhale, start to side bend. Deep breathing, please. And lengthening. And then inhaling, rising back up. Exhale, release both arms. Take the hands and place them on top of the head. So here we're going to do a breathing practice where you're going to inhale deeply. You're going to hold the inhale in. While you're holding it in, you're going to tone the belly. So you'll tone the belly in and feel the chest begin to kind of puff up. And then when you exhale, you're going to exhale out the breath like you're exhaling out through a straw, a long, slow exhale. All right. So the hands go on top of the head. Inhale deeply through the nose. Hold the exhale in, but tone the belly. So you're going to draw the belly back towards the spine. You'll feel the chest begin to kind of pop up, puffing up or blossom. And then you're going to exhale out the mouth. Again. Can you do that 3 more times? If you need a normal breath in the middle between them, that's fine. You inhale through the nose. Retain the inhale, but draw the belly back and up. You'll feel the chest open with the breath, that retained inhale. And then the exhale slowly out through the mouth. 2 more times. The last exhale, you can release the hands back into your lap. Just breathe normally, whatever your body is being breathed. Okay. And then let's come off of the blanket there. But I'd like to do, let me look at this a second. Okay. I want to take the blankets and do a little tone in the belly, a little work with the belly tone. So you're going to take your blanket and you could open it up so it maybe is a little bigger. And you're going to fold that into thirds. So you could fold it halfway and then halfway again. Let's see if that's the right. Halfway, halfway again. There it goes. And then you might take a second blanket, open it up, fold it in half lengthwise, and then fold that in half again lengthwise. So they're just a little narrower, and you're going to stack that one on top of the other one. Yeah, just like that. Then you're going to go ahead and sit on the end of that blanket stack, lie back, arms out to the sides, and just take some deep breaths. Take the arms and lay them down along your side body, palms toward the floor. With your next inhale, reach the right arm up and overhead. Exhale, you're going to switch the arms. So now the right one came down, the left one went up. And you keep doing the inhale, you switch one way. And the exhale, you go back. So it's the opposite arms. One more on each side. So there goes the inhale. Maybe it's the right arm coming up. The exhale, right arm down, left arm up. And then we'll bring both arms down. Let's take them a little to the side. Inhale deeply, and this time exhale, lift both knees up. So you've got the knees pulled up toward your chest. Connect to the breath again. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, right toe tap. Inhale, switch. So one is, there are just these light toe taps. You need some tone in the belly so that you're keeping the same contact with your blanket. And then we'll have both knees back up. And then let's put both feet down and take a rest. Now you're going to slide the arms to be along the side body. And you're going to do a cross crawl pattern. So you're going to pick up with the inhale, you're going to lift left knee, right arm. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale. And whatever pattern is working for you. It's the opposite arm and leg. Breath is deep, moving in the rib cage. One more on each side so you're balanced. Then you'll take both arms up, both knees up. You can take the hands behind the knees, draw them in toward the chest. And then we'll go ahead and take the arms out wide and release the feet back down to the ground, the toes and the heels. And let's roll over to one side. So you're gonna come off of your blanket stack and just take the stack and move it so it's perpendicular. Come back down. Put the blanket under the pelvis, your blanket stack, and arms wide, bring the knees up. So now you've got the pelvis is lifted. There's a little support. It's easier to get the knees up toward the chest. And let's exhale and just bring the knees closer toward the right elbow. Left out, shoulders back, center. And then over to your left elbow. The knees lift up. Back to center. Then we'll exhale, take the knees away, feet back to the ground. Pick up the pelvis. Just slide the blankets. They could go towards your feet. Roll over to one side. Push yourself up. And you're gonna move your blankets out of the way and take a downward facing dog or puppy pose. Downward dog or puppy. Strongly reaching into the hands. Let's inhale, come to plank. Inhale, plank pose. In your plank pose, there's tone at the inner thigh. So, and if you isometrically bring the feet toward each other, you'll probably feel the tone at the inner thigh. The adductors are helping you. So is the belly, so are the abdominals. Exhale back to downward facing dog or puppy. Your next inhale, come back to plank. There you are in plank pose. Toning the inner thighs. It's not that you are drawing the inner thighs necessarily toward each other. Can you think of it as drawing the inner thighs toward their respective thigh bone? And exhale again, downward dog. Let's walk your hands towards your feet. Bowing forward in Uttanasana. And then hands on your hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands back in front of your heart. Inhaling deeply. There you are, standing Uttanasana. And you're going to go ahead and take a wide stance on your mat. We're going to take warrior two. So if you've got the feet stepped wide apart. Let's take the back foot and turn it in. Your left leg will turn in. Your right foot turn out. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale, warrior two. In your warrior two pose, when you, on the back leg, can you find the right, your left outer heel? Left outer heel. You might also notice what happens in your pelvis when you draw the right inner thigh, when you firm it towards the right thigh bone. What does the pelvis do? On the front leg, long through the inner thigh. Then we'll inhale, straighten the front leg, relax the arms, and spin your feet the other direction. Inhale the arms out, and exhale, warrior two. Find the right outer heel. Tone at the right inner thigh, length at the front inner thigh. Front inner thigh lengthens toward the knee. Great. Deep breathing. And then let's inhale, lift both arms up to the sky. Make your feet parallel. Exhale, release the arms to your hips. Inhale, lift the top of the breastbone. Exhale, bow forward. Hands come down to the ground. Let's have your hands underneath. Right now, they're just either on blocks, but they're more under the wrists. You're going to inhale, lengthen through the top of the breastbone. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale one more time, forward fold in this wide-legged forward bend. You're coming all the way down. And then walk the hands back out. Shift them up to the hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the right foot back out. So we're gonna go warrior two. Then we're gonna come up from warrior two. Then we're gonna go side angle and plank pose. So I don't know if you need 2 blocks or not. I'm gonna put my second block there. I need 1 or 2 blocks at the right outer shin. Wow, it's getting brighter out there. Ready? Here we go. Inhale, take the arms out. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, side angle pose. I'm still reaching into the back foot, the back outer heel. Lengthening through the side body. Inhaling deeply, exhale. Reach your arm up to the sky, the top arm. Exhale, turn towards the floor, pick up the back heel, and step into plank pose. In your plank pose, there's tone at the inner thigh. That doesn't mean the pelvis is lifting. You're still in that same plane, but the inner thighs are toned, the belly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling in downward facing dog. Exhale, we're gonna walk the hands to the feet. Shift them up onto the hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra. Then you'll come back to the center of your mat, turn face forward, take the feet wide apart again. Turn the left foot out, right foot in, up, block. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, warrior two. So you're lengthening out the left inner thigh. Tone at the back inner thigh. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bring it to side angle. So it just gives you the opportunity, pointing the pelvis towards the back leg. Heart is opening towards the sky. You're reaching into the right outer heel, toning the right inner thigh. Inhale, come up. Exhale, make the feet parallel again. Hands up on the hips. Inhale, lift through the top of the breastbone. Exhale, bow forward. Walk the hands out, downward dog arms. So the sit bones moving wide apart. Pubic bones coming between the inner thigh. Balancing the weight between the toes, the ball of the foot, and the heel. How is the weight balance between the ball of the foot and your heel? And again, even as the hands are on the ground, either finger pads, knuckles, they might be on the ground and they might be on blocks. And as you still are broad across the upper back, can the rib cage move towards the pelvis? Can you still find the heels? Inner thighs moving back. And then we'll walk the hands back. Shift them up onto the hips. Inhale, come up. Exhale, step the feet together. So we're gonna stand, we're gonna take Vrikshasana, tree pose. So in tree pose, if you wanna be close to a wall, please go take the left side of your body close to a wall, so you'll use your left knee to be close to the wall. We're gonna stand on the right foot first. So in this tree pose, when you shift the weight to the right and when you bring your left foot up to meet your right leg, I want you to really draw the strength of the adductor on that standing leg firmly, so that you're going to be standing really over the inner thigh of the standing leg. Okay? So when you're ready, shift the weight right so that the greater trochanter comes into midline. Unweight your left foot. If the left foot's on the inner thigh, then you're pressing those together. Hands can either be in front of the heart, wide, or up towards the sky. Release the arms and release the foot. Take a deep breath, both feet back to the ground. You might notice one side of the body feeling more grounded, more stable, more connected all the way through that side. Let's shift the weight to the left. So already you feel the tone come into the left leg. It's like, you know, sometimes we think of it like the bark of the tree is hugging in to midline. So on the left leg, everything's hugging in towards midline. Unweight the foot. And then we'll release. Back to center. Mountain pose. Just taking a moment to close the eyes and to get the time to kind of check in with the inner body. To feel yourself connected to the earth, as we are part of nature, just like the trees and the grass and the birds. Okay. Let's come to the top of your mat and let's take a sun salutation. So you might want your blocks. Hands in front of your heart. Inhale, lift both arms. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Bowing down to the earth. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, downward facing dog. So again, there you are in downward dog. You could be in puppy pose as well, but you're strongly reaching from the shoulder blades to the upper arms, through the forearms, to the index finger knuckle, and all the finger pads. Inhale, lift the right leg. Come up on the ball of the left foot, and exhale, bring your right knee forward. You can always have hands on blocks if you need more space. So toning at the back inner thigh, all the way towards the left knee. Inhale, come up. Lifting the top of the breastbone. Inhale, lift the arms. The gaze could be towards the ground, straight ahead, or up towards the sky. Inhale the arms out. And gracefully, like the birds, bow forward. Plank. Exhale, lightly touch the knees down. Exhale, your chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, there's plank. And downward facing dog. Notice how the hands connect to the earth and also how your feet connect to the ground, whether your heels touch the ground or not. But how do the heels reach toward the earth? Is it balanced from the inner and the outer? With your next inhale, lift the left leg. Come up on the ball of the right foot and exhale, left foot forward. So you reach into the ground on the front leg, but you also tone the back inner thigh as you begin to come up, so that you're feeling the support of the earth all the way. And depending, you can do any position with your arms. And then inhale the arms back out. Exhale, slowly bow forward. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up. And exhale. Bring your hands back in front of your heart. And then release both arms. I want to take triangle pose. So we're going to take, again, a block. You're going to step your feet apart. Turn the back foot, right foot in a little. Or no, let's go your left foot in a little. And right foot out. Both legs are going to be straight. When you're ready, inhale, take the arms out. So, and then as you exhale, let's take the left hand to the hip. Both legs are straight. On the front leg, you're lengthening out that inner thigh towards the knee, rooting all the way down. Big toe, center of the heel. Stay grounded through both legs as you start to turn your torso towards the sky. Keep reaching through both legs. The core of your legs, the center, and then extend your left arm up. And then we're going to inhale, rise. Exhale. Let's turn the feet the other way. Move your prop to the outer foot. Inhale, take the arms out. And exhale, again, triangle. So the legs are strong, lengthening out the front inner thigh. The back leg is toned, inner thigh is toned. The chest is turning towards the sky. Maybe the arm reaches up. I keep lengthening out that front inner thigh so that my spine stays long. And then we'll inhale, come up. Exhale, turn the foot in, and let's step the feet to midline. Okay. All right, can we take one more standing pose before we come to the ground? Can we take half moon pose? We were working on this. We've been working on taking half moon from Tadasana. So I want to just invite you to take half moon from Tadasana pose. So I could have blocks at the top of the mat. Oh, you can't see those maybe. Bonk. There's one. All right. And then the blocks might be lined up with the little toe side of my feet. I'm going to stand on my right foot, your right foot, and take the left toes back. So I'm mainly standing over the right leg. Then you're going to shift the weight into the right leg. Remember how you did it in triangle, where you were really toned? You're going to pick up the back foot. The left hand can be on your hip. Reach into the ground with the standing leg. Reach all the way down. Can you reach all the way down into the inner heel of the standing foot and all the way up from the outer heel on the standing foot towards the outer hip? You might turn the chest towards the left. Find some tone in the belly. Maybe the arm. Strong lifted leg. And then bend the front knee and come back up. Let's try the other side. So I'm going to shift the weight towards my left and just take the right foot back just to have the toes on the ground. Connect to the ground. Connect to your breath. Deep inhale. And with the exhale, pick up the back leg. Then reach all the way down. The hand might be on the block. Reach into that inner heel. Back up from the outer heel. And reach out your standing leg. Lifted leg, sorry. Reach out the lifted leg, the ball of the foot of the lifted leg. Really strengthen that. Tone the inner thigh. Both legs are working. Then you can bend the front knee and reach yourself all the way back up. Mountain pose. Great. All right. Very nice. Let's bow forward. Uttanasana. Hands can either be on blocks or the ground. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale halfway. And this time, exhale, come all the way to the ground. So you come down onto the knees and find child's pose. Can the forehead either rest on stacked fists or a block or a blanket? And then we'll walk the hands back up. Let's take one of your blankets, and on one of those blankets, we're gonna put it underneath the knees. We're gonna come into Parikasana, gate pose. So if I take my blanket, I'm gonna fold it back into a kind of like a shelf. And then I'm gonna have my second blanket out. I'm gonna use my blocks. It's gonna look like this. I'm gonna stand on my left knee, let me show you. And I'm gonna take my right leg out, but I'm gonna rest my right foot on the blanket, because if I try to get my foot all the way to the floor, it's gonna wanna hyperextend through my knee. This is me. I'm actually gonna put a block, let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna put a block underneath my, the back of my right shin to keep me from hyperextending there. I'm gonna take my second block to go to the outer right thigh. So this is gate pose, a version of gate pose. Inhale, I'm gonna reach this arm up. And exhale, it's a side bend. So I've got my hand on this block, and I'm letting on the left hip is coming slightly forward. And the inhale back up. Did you do that side or just watch? I'm not even sure. I wish I knew. Hello.
I did it.
All right. Oh, good. All right, let's take the other side then. So I'm gonna just move my props a little bit. You can just turn your body around probably. I'm gonna be standing on my right knee, left foot out. I need a little height for my foot. I could make it as high as it needs to be in order to ground through my whole left foot. I'm gonna have a block tilted a little to go under this shin because my knees like to hyperextend. And my second block is back behind there. Then inhale, lifting your right arm up, reaching all the way into the ground. So from the right low belly, I'm reaching into the earth. I'm lengthening up, inhaling, and as I exhale, I side bend. Hand finds this block, not the one that's under my leg. And then I'm going to inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Good. Move that out of the way. And then coming down onto your back. So you move the blocks just off to the side. And come onto your back. We're going to take a twist, crocodile twist. So as you lie down on the ground with the feet on the floor, the pelvis, shoulders, arms out wide. So go ahead and shift the hips slightly to the left. Straighten your right leg. Left foot comes to the above the right knee, inhaling. And then you're going to exhale and twist because you're rolling onto the right outer hip. Left shoulder stays back. You can take the right hand to the left outer knee if you want. I'd like you to tone the right adductor towards the right thigh, right towards the right thigh bone. And then we'll come back to center. Bring yourself back into center with the pelvis and the feet. And then you'll shift the pelvis a tiny inch or two to your right. Straighten your left leg, right foot just above the left knee as you twist toward your left. The right arm stays out. You're going to tone the left inner thigh. The gaze can either be towards the sky or back towards the right hand. You're on your left outer hip. Toning the thigh, inner thighs toned on the lower leg. And back to center. Bring everything back to midline. Both feet on the ground, just resting for a moment. Can we take both arms, palms towards the ground, and inhale, reach them overhead, palms toward the ceiling. Inhale, take the pubic bone between the inner thighs, the low back leaves the ground. Exhale, lift your pubic bone back up. So you're just rolling the pelvis. Working with the breath again. Inhaling, there goes the pubic bone away from the inner thighs. It's reaching to the ground. And then your exhale, lift your pubic bone up, lift your knees up, hug your legs. Inhale, take them an arm's length away, and exhale, hug them in. And do that 2 more times. And then please roll over to one side and use your arms to push yourself up. All right, so now taking one of the blankets in that long form we had at the beginning of class where you took a blanket, you maybe opened it up wide, you folded that in half lengthwise, then you folded it in half again. So it's long. And let's see, let's take another, a second blanket you could put on top of that, same way that you had it at the beginning of class. And stack those. If you have another blanket or a pillows or a foam roller, something like that, this time we're not going to sit on the blankets, but I am going to take a second blanket to go underneath my knees. And when I lie back over this, pelvis again on the ground, the sacrum, I actually am going to stair step back my blanket. So I've got the bottom one and then a couple inches before the top one goes up. So that when I lie back, now the second blanket is actually behind my rib cage. And I'm going to take one of my blocks. I'm going to put it, so you could either put a block underneath this blanket to go underneath the head, like that. Or you might just do a big bump with the blanket. So if it feels uncomfortable to you, please get rid of at least one of your blankets. Okay. Yep. I want it to feel comfortable because we're going to be here. This is going to be your Shavasana. If it's not a comfortable place, then make it so. It doesn't need to look like my pose, certainly, because we're all different. So coming into this place of rest. Relaxing the tongue. Relaxing the belly. And allowing your body to be supported by your props, by the ground. Just surrendering yourself back to the earth. Remembering that we are a part of the natural ecology. We are part of the trees, the sky, the plants. When you can just quietly say to yourself, I am stable enough. I am grounded enough. Sometimes, if you move carefully through the forest, breathing like the ones in the old stories who could cross a shimmering bed of leaves without a sound, you come to a place whose only task is to trouble you with tiny but frightening requests, conceived out of nowhere, but in this place, beginning to lead everywhere. Requests to stop doing what you're doing right now and to stop what you are becoming while you do it. Questions that can make or unmake a life. Questions that have patiently waited for you. And questions that have no right to go away. Deepening your breath and taking a moment again of gratitude for the millions of things that come together, mesh together, breathe together in order for you to take another breath of air. And beginning to awaken your body to movement. Make a mindful transition over to one side. Use the support of your arms as you come back up to sitting. And even as you come to sitting, you might ask yourself, what is it that I'm going to keep? What is it? What is the beauty that has come out of my time of all of us being sheltering in place? What is the good? And bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Up here.